into the prejudging process. I have our two judges here again, Apple Bunny. Woo! Yay! And Haiku. And my name's Blue Eyes Dante. I will not be judging this event, just emceeing, but I'm a terrible MC, and I always mess everybody's names up. So, yeah. All right, without further ado, I'm going to call up our first contestant, and once again, they're going to come up, show off their lovely costume. I was jolty on last night, so I think it's carrying over a little bit more. So, anyways, I'll call them up, and we'll do pageant style.
You're getting too far away from the antenna over there. The battery's running dead.
Okay, is this better? Oh, stand this side, okay. Is it better?
Yes.
Yay! Better, yay! Okay, so I'll call them up, ask them a few questions about their costumes, and the judges will proceed to ask their questions, and they can come up and look at their costumes and see their craftsmanship and whatnot, and then at the end decide who wins $500. That was yesterday. Today's a bigger prize, believe me. You could either get the cash yesterday, which was only $430. This is $500. This is a lot better prize. So, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. So they have a 1 in 5 chance of winning $500.
Also, you can't pay the rent with the PlayStation.
Yeah, I can't pay that rent. So. Okay, so I'm going to call up the first contestant. Her name is Jillian, and she's cosplaying as Stocking from Penny and Stocking. And she won at the CGA show. Where was that? Cape Coral. So, Fort Myers. Woo! Okay, so tell us a little bit about your costume.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really what we did at first was we got a shirt at JCPenney in the mall, and we pretty much cut up one of my dad's dress shirts and made the cuffs and made this, and then we had this fabric, this line that we kind of laced around here to make that, and then we had these this sort of band material that we put on here to make the pleats, and then for the skirt we got the skirt of Metropon, and then we had we put fabric around here and set it on here, and we got these kind of set right here, and then the same thing on the bottom, and then we just bought tights at a Halloween store. I had the shoes already, and we got mine, and my mom and I made the boat, made these bows together, and just put the cap.
Awesome. Give us a little turn again. Woo! All right, and you have reference material for the judges, right? Okay, let me go bring that to them. Grab it. There you go. So this is how the prejudging process goes. During costume contests and whatnot, we'll ask questions to our contestants, and the judges will review their progress photos and see how the costume is made and the details. So, once again, a little sneak peek into the prejudging process. So, judges, do you have any questions? You're conversing.
Conversing here.
Conversing. Stalling dancers. Stalling dancers. Yeah, stalling dancers. Yeah, I'm stalling.
How long did it take you to get everything together?
Maybe about a day or two, and we got some of this stuff a few days before the CGA, and then we put it all together kind of at the last minute, which was really freaky because oh, I don't know what to do, you have to put it together. Pretty lucky that it came out as soon as it did.
And you said that the doll was made?
We didn't make the doll ourselves, actually. We got it online.
Oh, okay. All right.
Awesome. Do you have any other questions, judges? Awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Give her up. Come on. All right. All right, now I'm going to call up Sayalora as Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. And she won a CGA show Flamingo Gardens. Yeah! Hi, honey. How are you?
I am good.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your costume.
Okay, well, I started out with a stretchy knit fabric dress so it can stretch everywhere and be super comfy to wear. And this is a duck cloth purse, very strange name. It's actually lined on the inside cotton. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Super pretty design, probably no one can see it, but it's very pretty on the inside. Radio was actually a cereal box wrapped in red leather from a purse, I believe, and these two knobs are from vanilla bottles, ball caps. And the radio dial is made of a fun foam.
Awesome. Super adorable. What about your broom? Did you make your broom?
Yes, the broom was actually from 2 broomsticks, and we just ripped out all the straw we could and wrapped it around a giant broom stick and kept it together with, I think this is craft twine, I'm gonna say, and that's about it.
And how long did it take you to make your costume?
I think about a week. It's pretty short.
Your bow.
Judges, do you have any questions?
Your pretty red bow.
What about the shoes? The shoes were bought. Where the heck did you find orange for that?
eBay.
Yeah.
And you said you made the purse?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And it's fully lined.
Yeah, it's fully lined. It's very pretty, actually. I kind of want to steal it from her.
Well, thank you.
And my question about the broomstick is, when you made it, when you made the broomstick, did you wrap each layer from the broom in the twine and then put another bushel of the broom stuff on and then wrap it again?
We pretty much just, we wrapped all the straw pieces first and we have a spring underneath the twine wrapped around a nail that's stuck into the stick.
Wow. Gotcha. Okay.
Genius.
Very genius.
I tried making a broom before once. It wasn't pretty. My cat really loved it, so
I
it's
tried
not a broom anymore.
My broom looked like it got hit by a truck.
Okay, judges, do you have any more questions?
I would like to take a look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Close, actually.
Just so everybody out there knows, this is also another part of pre-judging process where the judges will get up and close personal, because we want to see if your costume is as clean on the inside as it is on the outside. Aha! Because sometimes you might see a beautiful costume and it looks underneath.
Big old secret, if I know I'm not competing, the inside ain't pretty.
Awesome. Can you give us a little demo of your best broom riding? No. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Yay! Give it up for her. Alrighty. Y'all ready for our next contestant?
Yeah!
Really? Yeah! That's much better. Come on, everybody.
Yeah!
All right, let's call it Jen as Lady Loki. Woo! Hey there, sexy.
Greetings, Mona.
Oh. Oh, she blinded me with science. All right, so Jen, tell me a little bit about your costume.
Well, everything is handmade. The only thing that was bought was my corset, which was also heavily modified. It all goes together very easily. The skirt is 2 different skirt patterns, all sewn right into the waistband, so it goes on nice and easy. The armor hooks right into the corset.
Oh, it does. Look at that. That's amazing. There's a little like hook and ring in there. Oh.
There. Yeah. The armor itself is actually craft foam sewn onto interfacing that I had actually spray painted black. It was white.
Oh, wow.
And then I made the cake. And
Give us a turn. Give us a turn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Beautiful, beautiful costume.
The cape was actually, the pleats were sewn, and then it was sewn to the interfacing and just threaded through the craft foam.
Very
The
nice.
horns are, it's just modeling baking clay. head, I modeled, spray painted, and it's actually sewn onto the headband.
Cool. Look at that. What is that? Wire or thread or?
Correct.
Ah, leather thread.
The jewelry was also handmade. This actually came as a whole big gaudy looking thing, and I was like, a little too, no, it has to be a little more elegant for Asgardian jewelry. So I took it all apart and I used the material from the earring and I put it all back together and painted it.
Beautiful. Ooh, I like your nails too.
Thank you.
To match?
It's the most painful part of the entire costume because I can't do a single thing.
And what about your weapon here?
This is PVC pipe. The blades actually have reference pictures for it. It was cut out of the pattern that I had modified. It's just craft foam, spray painted, and then glued on with PVC pipe, PVC glue, my mistake. And then when I spray painted the craft foam, obviously it's a different texture than the pipe. So I had covered the existing craft foam on the bottom here with actual PVC glue to give it more of a matching gloss effect.
Oh, so it's more shiny. Oh, clever, clever.
And the Tesseract up here it's just Velcroed on, and it's just one of those light up ice cubes, and to make it look blue even in light like this, I ended up painting it in a very pretty nail polish that I ended.
Ooh,
Inventive, eh?
Judges, questions?
Well, she explained exactly what I was going to ask, and it was about the Tesseract.
I have to say that I like how you completely match down from head to toe, even taking time to do a small detail like making your nails match the rest of your costume. I am
Actually-
a big stickler on that.
Her toenails are the same too.
Really?
Yep.
Wow! You're done. That's Guardian magic.
So you said your skirt is all one piece, correct?
Yes. Yes. It was about 2 different skirt patterns. Of course, they were both modified. I ended up adding more pleats and cutting. Oh, go ahead. And it was all just sewn right too. And there is a zipper in the back.
Julie's shopping. Go sit down.
When we do judging, we like to actually pick at people. It's like, I want to see your stuff. I want to look under your cape.
All
I want to
right.
learn what you did so I can do it too.
Oh. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jen, and you are absolutely beautiful.
She has a physique also to go
Best of luck. She was actually a winner of a CGA show.
Crystal River.
Crystal River, that one. All right. Next up, we have Jonathan as Imperial Ivanko from One Piece.
It's amazing.
Hi.
Hello, darling.
Oh. So, Ivanko, tell me about your costume.
Well, I made my costume. Let's start with the crown. I made the crown entirely out of craft foam. I painted it myself. I added pearls that I bought. I bought individual pearls. I sewed all the red and orange stuff in it. I cut little strips of orange and red fabrics. And then I put wire around it so it gives it that crown shape. The shoulder piece is foam, and I use my stove to heat it and shape it.
What type of foam is it?
It's Eva foam,
EVA?
I think so, and it's a yoga mat.
Yeah.
So it should be.
Okay. Ah.
And the feathers I made myself, all individually, and all individually painted with the white tips. And I made those out of acrylic paper, and I ran wires through them.
Oh, so you can pose them? Like you can bend them?
So I can pose them and stuff.
Oh.
Let's see. This, I guess it's what would this be called? Yeah, okay, the jumper, the revealing jumper. I made that out of PVC latex, and I made it all myself through a sewing machine.
Did you break any needles?
Not this time. Not with this one. I broke plenty for my costume yesterday, but not for this one. I didn't break any. And this giant, it's heart-shaped, by the way. The gown is heart-shaped.
I see
I made it with the frame. The upper frame is made out of foam, which I also shaped with heat, and then I run wires through it, and then I covered it in acrylic paper so the fabric won't like budge in. And then it's a mixture of hot glue and sewing wherever it was necessary, because it's really hard to work with something so big. And then I also made the set top. It's a PVC stick. This is all foam, and I carved it all myself. I added rhinestones to it. This is this little ball is a paintball that I painted. This little heart was a I love New York keychain. And yeah, that's my set top. That's my box.
Awesome. What about your cape?
My cape, I made it like a book bag, so I can just kind of put my shoulders through it, and that's it.
Awesome. How long did it take you to make everything?
I was back and forth with my costume, my lelouch costume, and this one, so I would say around 4 or 5 days, a week, around there.
No way.
Wow.
Wow.
This guy's a workhorse, by the way. Like, he pumps out some really incredible costumes. So,
Wow.
oh, judges.
4 or 5 days with
4 or
sleep or
5
without?
days. Is it possible?
Without.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
without sleep.
So that's like 12 people normal days.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I didn't even, I went to sleep at 6 in the morning. So, yeah.
How do you get the crown to stay on that afro? I'm really curious about that.
I actually had to sew it to the afro because it's pretty heavy, so I sewed it to the afro by hand.
And I also would like to know, how do you get all those spikes to stick on? Like, is it just one giant like piece, like a backpack, like you were saying with the cape?
Right. Since it's 2 layers of foam. First, I stuck all the feathers through the first layer of foam, and then I glued it with hot glue, and I put the second layer so it would secure it, and I could adjust them however I want, all the feathers.
Okay. And how are you able to like put it on and wear it? That's what I'm curious.
This?
Yes.
When I shaped it, I made sure that it fits on my shoulders, and it just fits on my shoulders.
It just sits out on your shoulders?
It's magical.
What? Crazy.
It's magic.
Oh my God.
Magic.
Gay magic. Actually, he was telling me a little bit about the character. Why don't you explain?
Well, Ivankov is the queen of all drag queens. He's the queen of Kamabaka land, and he's a character from One Piece, and he's very fabulous, as you can see. And his power, he ate the hormone fruit, which he can use different hormones in his body, like to make himself boobs, so he can turn into a woman, and he can turn other people into women, and he can heal people through hormones. He's really cool. He's one of my favorite characters on it.
Fabulous.
And he's fabulous.
Judges, any other questions? Oh.
Get up under there.
This is not a hentai variety show.
There's no touching.
No touchy.
There's no touching. We're good. We're legal.
Aww. And it's your collar foam as well?
What? Oh yeah, the color is. Oh, I forgot about that. The neck piece in the back, it's foam, and then I covered it in the latex.
Can you spin around, show everybody in the audience?
Kind of.
Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Oh. You guys take terrible cues. Let's try this again. Ooh. Ah. Okay, that's enough.
We're still
try.
tired from last night.
Oh yeah.
Don't remind me.
Oh, there's some references going on downstage with the judges looking at reference photos. Do you also have progress photos in there as well?
I can't hold my hands.
There are step-by-step progress photos in here.
Ah.
We always love to see.
Fantastic.
On his
Yes.
bed dress form, which I'm not used to seeing.
Awesome. Fantastic.
How do you feel about New York?
About New York?
The keychain that's on your heart.
I
love New York keychain.
I actually found it after the gym because I have to add that in there. I have been going to the gym to look fabulous in it. So.
Oh, wow.
And you look very fabulous.
Thank you.
All right, judges, any other questions? Comments, concerns?
I feel that this costume, getting up close to it, honestly speaks for itself.
I think it does too.
Yeah.
It's really. Well, thank you, Ivanka. Somebody help them. Got your cape.
I think that this skirt.
Yay! She didn't beat it. And Jonathan actually won at a CGA show. Ichimori Griffins. Yay! All right, next up, we have our Chibi-Pa sampler winner, Jenna, as Conti from FLCL. All right, so tell me about your costume. Oh,
It was made in 2 weeks, made entirely out of foam, EVA foam. Everything was made except for the gloves, and there's shoes inside, but there's foam like built around it. Painted in about 2 days. Everything's, there was no template to go off of, so basically it was all from scratch.
it was like freeformed.
Formed with heat and formed and then glued with a plastic glue. And then that's about it.
Is that it? What about all the details on there? Did you drill them out, or what'd you do?
It was with a pointed hot knife. I'm not sure exactly what the tool is called, but it's like a hot knife, and you just drill in the outlines to make all of the details and all the arms.
The robot details.
Yes, the robot.
What's the screen made out of?
Oh, this is it's a plastic which was cut out and then heated and molded, and then it was glued on and whatnot.
Is that pole in the back of the helmet also made out of foam?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's all foam.
No, it's a fair.
And how do you get all the armor pieces like up on your arms to just stay there? Do they just slide right on? Do you have any elastics or anything?
There's
Craftsmanship
pieces
in that.
of foam in it.
Okay.
Yeah, she got it.
And how on earth did you build the shoes? I'm really curious about that.
It's a base of a shoe, so it's like it's a slip-on shoe.
Okay.
And then there's about 3 things of foam like underneath, so I'm taller. Because I'm only about 5'4". And then the foam was cut in certain places
5'4" is a
to
good
create the shape, and then just glued on there.
Okay.
So, did you say you used a heat gun, or?
Yeah, it was a heat gun glue, and you just stick it.
Oh, awesome.
With multiple layers of gold, copper, bronze, and then ink wash. The pieces were shaped, the gloves especially, over a leather gauntlet to give it the bulk to my hands, which are not nearly big enough. When I first wore this costume, I actually overheated from basically wearing 40 pounds of chainmail and a leather bag over it. And so I installed 2 8-inch fans in the back that help with cooling.
Where are those fans located? Under. Oh!
Oh, wow!
Magical! Magic. More magic!
The chainmail is actually a butcher's cassock, a quarter sleeve butcher's cassock that I shortened to come up to right about here on me. And then it's used the remaining to extend the arms. I have a separate neck piece here that's out of aluminum chain rather than the steel that everything else is. The belts were custom made. This one here, I installed all the rivets for it. I installed the loops. I custom made the belt buckle. then the scabbard. The scabbard is all leather, dyed, and matches my reference photos. The sword was actually 5/8 inch pine, sanded down to the proper shape, and then the crossguard is also wonderful.
Awesome. Looks really nice. And what about your fabric bits here?
Oh, just simple green velvet that was close to the color. I used polyfill to give it a little bit of its shape and the padding.
It's more like quilted leather, right? Quilted armor, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's lightweight. That was my whole goal with it, just enough to make it stand up on its own.
Gotcha. And what about your cape? I see it's lined.
The cape is lined. It's not even, I don't remember what the material was, but it looked pretty capey to me. And then I lined it with dark brown cotton just to give it that nice finish.
Gotcha.
Did you make your own mail? Did you make your own chainmail?
It was a butcher's cassock that I edited.
Oh, okay. I didn't
And
know
the
if you
neck
had made your
piece
own.
is
Okay.
was completely handmade.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Okay, this is probably going to be a little bit of a hard question because I know myself I have a hard time thinking of this, but I got to ask, how much money did you sink into this thing? Or do you even really remember?
I do remember because I tried to keep a running tally.
Okay.
It
Saved
was
receipts.
just for materials, it was about, and I hope it doesn't go against me saying this, but about $300.
Okay, no, that's actually pretty average for a very detailed costume like that.
And then of course the trips, oh I forgot this color paint, that color paint, I didn't even bother.
I've been there. Wow. Alright, I'm going to come and pick up it.
So how is your armor connected? Like how do you get in and out of that?
I have two seams on the side that are Velcroed. The shoulders pop off with the entire shoulder piece as one piece.
I see here.
So I can take it on and off to get in and out of the armor easier. Then I just snap it on and it helps hold it all together.
Don't find out where he bought them. Wow. Val would have loved this. More on Katingi from yesterday.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah.
Really would have loved. Look at the pants.
That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Okay, did you solder that whole unit together and did it all yourself?
What I did was I reinforced the Wonderflex, and so I could screw the fans into it. I attached the two fans together first, so it's all one piece, and I can just take it off and put it back on. And it is soldered, all the connections, and then just to tie all the wires together, I just wrapped it.
Very nice.
Can your sword fit in your scabbard?
Watch out, buddy. Whoop.
It's fine.
It's fine. Got it.
Yeah, it's just hard to do on your own. Okay.
I designed it to be a hand-and-a-half sword.
Okay.
I designed it to be a hand-and-a-half sword, so it's a little bit longer. It's right underneath the, just slides right in there. Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. See, now we know how this is.
The other one popped off. Yes. It's lightweight and well balanced. Sliding it in and out of the scabbard does mess up the chrome paint a little bit, but it's held up pretty well for the time I've had
And
it.
what is it made of?
5/8 inch pine, hand sanded.
He said that.
You sanded that. How long did it take you to sand that?
About 2 weeks to shape it the way I wanted.
Did you hand sand it or was it like an orbital sander?
Orbital sander to get the bulk of it off, and then the details were all done by hand.
How long did everything take?
I started actually right after I won last year's Chibi-Pa, and I got to enter it for the first time in MegaCon. It was the first time I wore it.
March, pretty much.
Yes.
Fantastic.
You remember seeing him?
All right.
We didn't go to that.
Got any other questions? Another costume that speaks for itself. Okay. Well, thank you, Brian. Brianna? Barbie? you've seen all our contestants. Now these are all past winners of our shows, this Invitational. You guys converse. Judges. If you want, you can go over there and talk.
We're gonna hide in the corner.
They're gonna hide for a little bit. I want to give a quick thank you to all of y'all. I mean, it must have been so hard for you guys to decide because all of your costumes are so beautiful. They make me want to cry. Getting emotional. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so without further ado, I'm sure you want to know. You guys want to know who wins $500? Oh my God, guys.
I don't think we want to know. I don't think they want to know.
Do you guys want to know? All right, so
Without further ado,
Drum roll, please.
drum roll, please.
I'd like to say that our winner is Game of Thrones.
Oh! And why?
Our reason is because there was a lot of stuff that was very well thought out in this costume. I am thoroughly impressed with the AC unit in the back. Like, I have a lot of hot costumes, and I cannot believe this guy actually took the time to think to put an AC unit in. That's amazing. There's so much detail in here, even under the cape where you won't even see it. The fact that there is hidden detail. I love that. Because even though you may not think, oh, no one's going to see that, what if you turn around and your cape flips? Well, you know what? You still got the detail going. I love that to death.
No, I think his name is like Brand.
paint scheme goes completely 360. Like, yes, I can see this part all day long. This part is in every single photo. There's gold back there. If it flips, there's still gold back there.
All right.
There's little booty, like, leg armor on the back.
Well, congratulations.